And look at that. There are people fishing. I'm driving a pontoon boat. I would much rather be doing that than stuck inside, but I'm with all y'alls tonight, so I guess it's not that bad. That's always a fun tournament we run every year. So how's everybody doing out there? Are we surviving the COVID? It still doesn't feel normal. I went out today, grabbed some dinner. My truck only runs about once every 2 weeks now, so it doesn't like that too much, but that's fine. Oh, okay, so I'm going to talk about this. I actually drove to, where did I go? I went to Bradford, to like Mexicanada. Mexicanada. Pretty delicious. I still have the styrofoam down there, and they write on the container, "Thank you very much for your support," so that's nice of them. Yeah. But yeah, no, we got a great show today. We're speaking with a guy who I met at a bar, and that's not even a lie. One of the nicest dudes I can imagine you could run into. An elite angler. He has the job that all of us here wish we had. And what I'm learning is that it is still a job. You wake up, go to work every day. Let's see if we can get him on the telephone here.
Yo.
There's a guy.
What's going on?
Oh, I'm just trying to keep myself sane, and I decided, I guess about 5 or 6 weeks ago, that I didn't want to only talk to my cat while in isolation, so I should start a podcast.
No, I think that's a smart move. I think that's totally a smart move.
You know what? My sponsors love it. The guys that come on love it, and I get text messages for 2 or 3 days after these things air saying that people are enjoying them, and I'm not saying I'm helping people get through this COVID time, but the more hours that we can fill with stuff that we like, such as fishing and cooking, then it's easier to get through a day, I think. So,
oh, for sure, especially these times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's pretty not great. But yeah, where are we talking to you from, Chris? Oh, by the way, I'm sorry.
We're just.
This is Chris Groh.
What'd you say, buddy?
I said this is Chris Groh here. For those that don't recognize that hair and that smile from the stage of the Elite Series. And that's...
you still seeing me? I lost you.
Oh, no, I still see you, no problem.
Good. Yeah, no, I'm just chilling at a friend's house, just kicking it here.
That's not too bad. You got people around. You've been fishing out a little bit. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I've been fishing quite a bit.
That's good. I'm jealous there. I had a brand new boat coming into the marina there. Then they said it's not coming up over the border. So now I'm just going to run the same rig I ran last year, and which is nice because you don't have to go through and reorganize everything and figure out where you want your equipment to go. So running the same boat 2 years in a row, I save a couple of weekends of organization, which is nice.
No, for sure. And then, I mean, you guys, ice has probably just got off, huh?
Yeah.
A little bit ago?
Yeah, we've had, I don't know, just a little less than a month, 3 weeks, I guess.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, we're
but I got a question for you. So for, I guess, we've been chatting on the internet, and I met you a couple years ago at the Jordan Lee second Classic win, where was South Carolina, and you always put up these little emojis and stuff about chain rat. Can you explain what a chain rat is?
Well, the proper definition. I'll give you a quick overview, like where it stemmed from. I'm from the Fox Chain of Lakes. That's my home body of waters. It's kind of like a series of lakes, connected with some rivers, and very, very, very big tournament influence area. Like a lot of tournaments, Wednesday nighters, Saturday, Sundays. But this all began back in the day. So like back in like the late 80s, early 90s, there was just world domination with 5-6 guys or 5-6 teams always won. And they really took on this Chain Rats name. And then, over the years of me fishing, because I was super young then, I was just getting into it. I just said when I decided to take this journey and make the elites and start fishing the opens, I brought the Chain Rat thing back, tenfold, social media and all that. So I kind of just hit it with that hashtag Chain Rats. And now, you could take the definition of chain rat. The superior definition is basically still a bunch of hammers on the body of water, because the same thing happens back home. The same 5-6 guys are shuffling between first, second, and third. You know what I mean?
Right.
So those are basically, that's the true meaning of a chain rat. But it's turned into something so much more now. It's turned into just guys that visit the chain. They love hashtagging it because they know I'm from there, which I respect entirely. But then it's gone everything from duck hunting, because we have a lot of duck hunting going on there. Deer hunting, and then we got boating. Girls that out on the islands and partying and stuff. It just sounds. So it's evolved into a ton of different things. But I mean, its main staple is from a bunch of old timers like the Langs, Kovaceks, Greg Dixon, Art Frizzell, all those guys were just studs back in the day, and it just came from that basically.
That's pretty cool. It's kind of taken on this whole lifestyle meaning, opposed to just.
Well, it's gonna. Yeah. I mean, and it's just it's representing my little rat hole. It's the chain. And if we ever get the season back up and running, we're gonna try to exploit it some more, not just through me, but I want to do some. I got some clothing things that I'm interested in that I'm probably gonna try to push on my website and stuff and donate to some sort of charity. But just kind of cool. Rolling with it. So
that's cool. So you haven't been doing this so too long. When guys go to Bassmaster.com and look up Chris Groh, you only go back to like 2016 or 2017 of events. And you started in the opens, you made it your way through. But what did you do before you decided to fish full time?
You're talking job wise, life wise, or fishing wise?
Whatever you want to talk about, Chris.
Well, I mean, beforehand, first off, I've always fished. I mean, we all know that. It's been in our bloods. I mean, I've been fishing on the chain since I was 5-6 years old, and the number one thing has got to start with my passion. When I was 10 years old, I made a decision that I'm going to, I wrote a report saying I'm going to be a professional bass fisherman. I'm going to be a Bassmaster angler. So the work started then, but how life is. It's roller coaster ride,
Yep.
I just became, as I went and fished team tournaments and fun fished and stuff, I, established a business, and I built a bunch of houses, but then that went into, I own a tile company, like tile setter, marble, granite, all that, bathroom remodeling.
Yep.
So I did that for a good, 16 years, very, very, successful, was very happy with it. And then, kind of rolled with that. And then, a lot of people know my story on this aspect. I kind of got a swift kick in the ass. I lost my old man, and I'll be straight with you. I was just getting sick of customers, sick of tile work, sick of beating my body up, and you get an enlightenment over you when you lose someone close to you. And I just decided, I'm like, this is it. I'm gonna take a little break, and I still worked, but I'm going for it. So then I just delved into the opens, and here 2 years of fishing the opens, which started in 2016. I just all of a sudden, the first year I got a taste of it, just missed making the elites, and then the second year I said I'm all in, and fished every division of the opens until I made it. And then the rest is history. I'm still doing little side jobs here and there with tile work, but now we're in this pandemic, things have changed. I'm just happy for my health and happy that my family's healthy and I'm out fishing. So basically, it was a combination of the trades and fishing hard at the club level, BFLs, which are now Phoenix, sponsored by Phoenix Boats, but just doing stuff like that. I had little tastes though there, me and my team partner, Jimmy Schmel, won a boat back in like 2008. You do those things and you beat a bunch of guys and you get successful. It makes it breathe a little more, So.
Yeah, no, that's cool there. Being from as far north as you are, when you take what you've done for so many years, and no doubt you have a lot of fishing under your belt, but do you feel that the downtime in the off season and the colder weather gives you disadvantage against guys that fish all year and semi-stable weather in Texas, Florida, Louisiana, that sort of thing?
Oh, 100%, Matt. But as you saw what I did this year, right after I killed my deer this year, after I caught up with daggers, I killed a really nice deer. I packed my stuff and I said, I'm out of here. And I went down south in the beginning of December and literally just, you know, stayed in every hotel, every, motel, people's couches. I was able to, stay at Buddy Gross's house. Him and his wife were awesome. Stayed with Carl and Kayla, and I basically just stayed down south and just kept fishing and fishing and fishing. And the only reason, to be honest with you, I'm home now is the fact that this whole thing went down. This whole, COVID stuff, and I wasn't going to stay down there. I wanted to get and see my family and stuff, so I snuck home on whatever that was right after the Bassmasters Classic after I saw you.
Yeah.
So
we got a question in here from the Facebook. From a guy in my local club here, Mike Kiss. He wants to know what is the best route for a co-angler to take?
For a co-angler to take?
Co-angler.
What do you mean? I mean, he's already fishing co-angler tournaments,
he's fishing,
what's he doing?
Actually, I got to fish with him when our Federation Championship last year. He's a pretty decent angler. I think he's just looking for more experience from the back of the boat. What do you suggest he does?
I would definitely move into some of the bigger and better things that they're offering for co-anglers. I mean, now, like I said, you got the Phoenix Bass Fishing League there. You've got, you can get into the Toyota Series. I would just try to, the main thing I tell co-anglers, and this is straight up, you be a sponge. You got to be a sponge. You have to take every draw, every person you get with, put yourself. If you're going to fish at that co-angler level, you need to, number one, enter a lot of events, but go into every one of them open-minded. Even if you feel like, like you got a bad draw or whatever, you're going to learn something whether you don't catch a bass or you catch 20 pounds. So, like, I feel that is a huge thing. Learning from people is huge. Like, I'll be straight with you. In a way, there's part of me that wished that I fished a little more as a co-angler while younger. You know what I mean? I'm not regretting anything. But I love fishing with other people. You always take a little something at the end of the day when you're with someone, especially new people. So
yeah, I know
that's what I would do.
We don't have too many co-angler formats up here aside from.
So then what's he doing? Is this guy from up by you? Is he fishing?
Yeah,
he's just
clubs.
Okay. For sure, but then what the next thing to do is then the next step. He should definitely find himself a good partner. Finding a good team fishing partner is almost like finding your marriage partner. You know what I mean? Like, got to find it sounds weird, but find a good team partner that you can build and grow with. And I know that, boats are expensive, things are expensive, but by finding a good partner, down the line, you can go in on a boat together and fish team events, and now you're, what I'm saying? You're winning the battle more now. So, like, I would just, for his best answer is anytime he can get in the boat with someone new, do it, but work towards finding a good team partner and establishing a good friendship and, the killer instinct to go out there and kick some butt. And, whether you both have boats or you, go in on a boat, I think that's huge. You know what I mean? And especially in your area, got a lot of team events by you. So,
yeah, I think there's only like notably one or two real pro-ams down here outside of club events.
That's what I'm saying. So,
and Chris or Corey seem to win every single one of those pro-ams, so it doesn't.
Yeah, I hear you. That's a rough life those two live. You know what I mean? Unbelievable.
It's something. It's definitely something. Well, the way it's
two great guys though, dude. I love rooming with them.
You know what? I'm all my tournament fees are going straight to their kids' college funds, so at least I can impact them that way. So you started out in 2016 fishing some Southern Opens there. You had a good year.
Real good year.
Kissimmee and Douglas, 32 in second, and then Smith, 12th place.
Yep, it was a good one. Good.
And you're saying
it was a good derby.
You almost made, like, that was the year you almost made the elites.
Yep, that was all. I probably would have made the elites. Probably would have made the elites if I didn't try to boat flop a 4-pounder on a spook. It hit the windshield and went back in.
Oh
so.
My God! What lake was that on?
Yeah. Douglas. I had day one I had like only 11 pounds, and then day two I come in with 15, and I like that was that I would have had 17 something, and all I needed was like 17 more points, and I probably would have got it with that fish. So
That's
but you live, you learn, right?
you know what, and I have to say, you only did the one series that year was the Southerns, correct?
Yes, and that was the reason I was signed up to do them all, Matt, and that was the year I lost my old man. So
Yep.
I chose to take a step back, but keep my feet in there. And I thank my mother completely because, she was destroyed. The whole family was destroyed. But she's like, we lost him right before Christmas. And she's like, well, what are you going to do here? There's tons of snow on the ground. She's like, by the time you fish all three events, which the last event was Douglas in May, but I got the first two, there was still ice on the water for the Kissimmee and the Smith Lake event. So it's
Right.
like, she's like, go do those. I understand you pulling the plug on the other ones so I can help her with the property and stuff. But yeah, that year I kind of I needed that time to heal. So
You know what? It's I think that kind of speaks volume to the caliber of angler you are, where you can show up after something so devastating in your life and come within one boat flip of making the Elite Series on your first attempt. I think that's pretty amazing.
no, I appreciate that. And I mean, that was definitely him looking down, you know what I mean? But it was, I don't know, man. I was doing it for him, I mean, that was part of it. And to be straight with you, I'm not getting all sentimental on you, but driving from northern Illinois all the way to Kissimmee, 3 weeks after you lose your dad, or, it's good to, I needed that road time to think, you know.
Yeah,
So
no, I totally understand that. Then you move into
yeah,
17, where you're doing uh, a bunch there,
all of them.
all of them.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
you hit the
yeah.
Northern Series, and you have another one of
That was
those
a
consistent runs.
yep. It
33rd,
worked
a
out well.
46th, and a 30th. Now, just kind of
Yep.
speaking to those numbers there, um, it kind of sounds like, and I'm not trying to take away from anything of your achievement there, but those are all very realistic positions for somebody chasing a dream.
Oh, for sure. I got lucky. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, because some people fell on that final day, and it was crazy that like that last tournament. And you know what's hilarious is if you notice the track record, it came down to Douglas again. If you
Yeah.
notice that,
I was just going to
and
ask, did
I
you was it the same kind of deal that you did, or did you just decide to bend
no,
over and
I
pick
got
it up?
no. You have no idea. I went ratty up beyond ratty. I left the Phoenix and Mercury in the garage, and I took my buddy's duck boat, and I
No.
went way up a river. So yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's cool.
Because I knew it. I got my, you know what I mean. I got my ass burned the year I didn't.
Yeah.
By like Aunt Defoe and all the guys that ran up that river. So
Yeah,
I said,
they have all those
I ever
Mike
come back to
Watson
Douglas?
tunnel hull, all those Mike
Yeah,
Watson custom
yeah.
tunnel hull bullshit boats that can run 70 miles an hour on nothing but the skid plate at the back of the motor. It's gross.
Oh, you have no idea. Speaking of that guy, he like because my boat was slower
Yeah.
and we had a fog delay that first day.
Yeah.
He got so they didn't run past the bridge, and my one spot was right at the corner of the bridge. I thought I had it to myself. I pulled up, that dude was there, that guy with the customs, and he was leading after day one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, that's insane. They made those boats illegal after that event.
it was a fun run though.
Yeah.
I didn't have a tunnel haul though. All I had was I had a 16-footer with a Merc on it, but we put a hydraulic jack plate on it so I can. Oh, you have no idea. I had to change. In those 2 days of the event, I changed the prop 3 times. I broke blades off all over. So, yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
it was nutty.
But actually, do you want to speak about Oneida a little bit? I guess that's the closest body of water to where my listener base is here. What can you tell us about fishing Oneida?
Oh, I love that place. I mean, I'll give you a quick one. I blew that tournament. Like I should have. I mean, I was in second after day one. I should have won that one. I just made some dumb decisions on day two. But Oneida. I mean, other than some of the rumors of some of the fishing kind of went down. I know the numbers are there, but the size just kind of faded back. I heard they had a little bit of a fish kill a few years back, but I love that place. Like it's on the schedule for the Opens again this year. I'm really, really excited. what I like about it is the fact that you can just do both, and you can literally win with both. You know what I mean? You can win with largemouth, you can win with smallmouth, you can mix it up, and it's just got cool stuff: rocks, weeds, river system, docks. I mean, I'll take it. If you throw 18 million things at me, you're talking chain rat vibe, and I'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, no, that's
So
cool. So then here you are.
yeah,
You're in 2018. You're finally Chris Groh, Bassmaster lead angler. How long did
yes,
that
sir.
how long did that take to set into you?
I mean, it took a little while to set in. I think it really set in that first tournament in Martin at Martin. Um, but I'm gonna give you a little serious tip. I feel like I can talk about this now because that year was. I mean, my last 2 years were pathetic. But that first tournament, other than right now, like the way I've started off this season, 2020,
Yep.
like I fished so free in that Martin tournament. Like I fished like I didn't care, and I mean I did well. I mean I didn't make the cut or anything, but I was on my way to making the cut if I put a couple bigger fish in the boat. But the thing is, like since then, I'm not trying to get negative. I got this weird vibe, and I tried to fish a different way. I tried to not fish like Chris does, and we flushed that down the toilet, and that's why this is killing me. 2020 sitting like this. I started off hot, I started off good this year, and it's just killing me. You know what I mean? That's why I'm trying to fish as much as I can home and just keep the groove going. You know what I mean? Keep
Well,
this vibe because I just do not want to lose my job.
well,
So
well. This year, in between that Open, which my old man went to the weigh-ins at that Open. He was down there for the month. I think I was talking to you when you were down there too.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
the Elite, you cashed both checks in both Florida events that you were in. So, yeah, a running start is definitely what you have going on right now.
Yeah,
But
yeah. And I mean, I did
yeah, no, continue.
go for it.
Oh, I was going to go
No, but
back.
I didn't mean to like get negative like on that beginning of that year, but I felt like I just. And so many anglers like I'm trying to talk to all the anglers out there that are listening about this. Don't you just like I made that mistake on the big stage of just trying to fish a different way, like not trusting my gut and my instinct, which those 2 years of the opens, things were going good. I was fishing, free, and I can't stress that upon all the kids, any kids listening that are fishing high school and college, and even adults that are fishing. Don't second guess yourself. Your gut tells you to go to that bridge, or that gut tells you to go fish that stretch of docks. Do it because it's going to pay off. So like I just feel like I metamorphosized into something. Sure, fear was in my mind. I mean, I'm fishing against Kevin Van Dam and all these guys, but it just didn't. I didn't fish me. I didn't fish Chris Groh, and I just feel like I've changed. These last 2 years of kicked my ass financially and mentally. And I feel like I've bounced back and I feel super strong and I feel good. So
Good, good. I hope to not see you at the classic trade show next year.
oh yeah, Matt. I just want to see you. I want to see you at the party afterwards. Is all I want.
Oh yeah,
So.
that'll happen there. But okay, back to 2018, your first year as the Elite Series. Did you know anyone on tour? Did you have previous relationships or anyone, or is that something hard to build with people?
I had a little. I mean, you got to remember one thing. My main roommate and my buddy, fighter. We've known each other a while just because of the closeness and the relativeness that we have. So many mutual friends, and that we fished events and just never, super really crossed paths. Sure, we talked and stuff like that, but we've never been as close as we are now.
Yeah.
So that year, like, I literally when I made the elites, he was like this, other than Hunter Shyrock, because me and him both qualified or whatever. He was the second person I called I just knew Fighter would give it to me straight, and if I could play that tape back right now, you'd crack up because he's like, dude, Groh, it's going to take you 1-2 years to get established. And I mean, no kidding you, he's right, So, but as for other people, I ended up hooking up with Billy Weidler and even it was Billy Weidler and Jake Whitaker. And we kind of just were hanging out, doing our thing there. I mean, that first tournament I traveled by myself, but after that I kind of bounced around with those guys. And then all of a sudden, I ended up hooking up with the other long hair and then started traveling with him. And it's been that way since.
That's
So
pretty cool there. So there was
yeah.
in that first year you had a straight up 50 on Kentucky. Martin, you were super close to cutting a check, and then the St. Lawrence there, you were what, ounces out? Um,
Oh yeah. Story of my life is ounces. I have no idea why that's like that. It's been that way.
do
It's
you
harsh.
do you like fishing the St. Lawrence River?
Oh gosh, yes. And I can't wait to get back there this year. It's you know what I mean? Like that place is I love it. I completely love it. I've been snake bitten by ounces. And then that first year in 18, I lost probably my PV smallmouth on that final day in the final hour. Fought that fish for um, the co-angler was filming it, and I fought that fish for like 6 minutes in the heavy current.
Huh,
And then finally, its last power run, it broke me off, and it was just, I mean, probably a 7. So
that's
that
gross.
fish would have. You just make you wonder about fish like that. You know, I'm sure I would have been $10,000 richer, but I would have made the cut. You know what I mean? Like just
Yeah.
little things like that. I never had anything really in 18. I never had anything go my way, which kind of sucked. So.
What outside of Lady Luck there? What was your biggest struggle starting out that first year?
Well, as for not of like erasing everything that I've ever done in my career mentally and having a total, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I had like a straight up a not trusting my instincts issue. Other than that, what are some of the things?
Yeah.
I think trying to push techniques that I can do almost everything, but trying to push techniques that weren't me, I think that was it. And then going back to the gut thing, I remember Martin, like how free I fished, you know, like, oh, I'm going to pull up here, I'm going to catch one, I'm going to do that. I lost that. I just stopped doing it. I hate to, like, I'm trying not to delve on the negative, but being able to talk about it is also helps you, you know? So I just
Yep.
feel like I did not go with my gut. And I mean, I remember years previous, I've always gone with my gut. I mean, even in team tournaments, you know, like I've always listened to it. And why in 18 I didn't, I have no clue, Matt. I have no clue.
Is it was it stress related to the fact that I've made it here and I got to do better, or looking at other people, or is
A little bit of that, a little bit of stupidity, a little bit of financial. I mean,
yeah,
that first year was tough. I mean, money. I mean, I thank God for good sponsors, family, and friends. I mean, that was a tough year. I barely had enough money to, you know, cover everything. You know what I mean? And
that's
especially not making cuts and
yeah,
missing. I mean, I missed like 2 cuts by ounces that year. That's $20,000.
yeah,
I mean, that I needed that.
that's
So
yeah. So then
yeah.
we get into 2019. A little bit of a rocky start there with St. John and Lanier. Then out of
Oh,
nowhere, you smash them on Hartwell.
Yep. Yep. Unreal. Unreal. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and then St. John's. I'll be straight. I didn't have a clue. Stuff wasn't going good, and you know we might as well let the little cat out of the bag. And I'm not making excuses. In between those 2 seasons, I had shoulder surgery. I had
Oh
some
boy,
issues that I kind of didn't want the world to know about. You know what I mean? I just wanted to keep it between me and the family and close friends.
right?
And that first tournament in Florida, I'm ambidextrous. I fish both ways. I can fish righty and lefty. And for some dumb reason, like I'm really good frog fisherman. I said to myself, there's certain things I could do better righty and lefty, and I said I was going to frog fish lefty.
Yep.
And oh yeah, I'm not saying I had the winning weight or I didn't have anything like that, but I easily should have come in with like, you know, 12, 13 pounds a day. I was just duffing fish like it was no tomorrow in that event. And that was all my fault. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't. That was stupid. That was like cosmetics and just being an idiot, thinking I could do something I couldn't. And then after that, Lanier, that was the best practice ever. I was on him so good. It was insane. And the day just did not go well. That day one just killed me. And then I was just, I ain't gonna lie, you know, pissed. So I get to Hartwell. And you get me on a place where I can start looking at them. Now we're gonna rock.
Yeah,
And
that was a spawn India.
and then
there,
that
right?
event, spotted, yes, but I had whatchamacallit, I was half and half each day. I always had two big heads each day, and
Yeah.
those were thanks to my boy Rowdy Buzzbaits. No better buzzbait to throw in the spring, but a Rowdy, and picked up a Rowdy with I put a toad on it, and after I caught the sight fish I thought were good, I'd throw that thing around, and that's when the big girls would show up. So
That's pretty cool. Then you kind
yeah,
of continued that year, and there's that magical place, Smith again. You mucking it up
yep,
in an open. Um,
yep.
Fork, you did great. Gunnersville, another check. It was a pretty solid second part of the season there. Cayuga a little bit out of a check, but St. Lawrence you did well. It all just kind of came together for you there the last half of last year.
Yeah. I'll take Cayuga back any day of the week, and Fork. I mean, Fork's got a gear case and missing a limit on day one. So like that was the juggernaut. You know what I mean? And no offense, I'm not. I don't like how I got text coming. I can't see, but no, the with Fork, it was just nuts. Like on that scenario, like it was a weird tournament, like being Chad spawn, and I'm not blaming anything on any like bass because we need coverage, but me having a camera on day one was difficult because I got three dudes in the boat because it's not like having a normal camera
Yep.
where you got your camera guy is just your marshal basically.
Yep.
In that event, it's the catch, weigh, and release. I'm trying to get on a shad spawn spot, and the Phoenix is only going 63 miles an hour, and I'm boat 17, and I'm getting passed by everyone. I couldn't get on a hole to get one decent fish in the morning when that's when you catch all your big ones.
Yeah.
So it didn't stick right with me. You know what I mean? If I would have do that one all over again, I would have known when I got a camera. I probably would have started right by the takeoff and just did what I could do. Instead of drive by spots and get frustrated. So
phenomenal fishery though, that Lake Fork, eh?
oh, I can't wait to get back. That place, those fish are just so mean. You have no idea, Matt. They're mean, like mean. They do not want to get in the boat. That's all I got to tell you.
I spent a week there I think in 2017 I went down. I have a buddy that guides down there, and we stayed at Fisherman's Cove and got kind of the all-star treatment there during the spawn, and it was
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, no, it was a super fun week there. But the like we're used to that smallmouth like post spawn stuff, and we think a Simcoe or St. Lawrence River smallmouth fight hard. I couldn't believe how hard a 4-pound fish from Fork fought. Like unbelievable,
Dude, they're insane. It's their breed.
Yeah.
I believe it's that isn't it like that crossbreed in there?
Yep.
Like aren't they like just the way they are.
And they do such a good job of
fantastic
protecting that
fishery.
resource. Yeah. There's that's where I want to spend.
Well, what's crazy is just the amount of pressure, and they still catch all them bags. That's what's crazy.
Yeah. And it seemed like almost any way you wanted to do it. We were catching fish, chatterbaits, flipping, crankbaits.
For sure.
We were dragging tubes.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of stupid Canadians. And we were catching fish. It was pretty cool there. But no, you finished up last year really good. The St. Lawrence went much better for you. You had a couple of 23-pound sacks, if I can remember correctly, on St. Lawrence last year. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I swore on stage. That was awesome. That was good.
Is that did Corey's beer at the Classic trump swearing on stage?
That was unbelievable. Corey is just epic. I mean, I'm telling you right now, if Corey's fishing ends, he should be like a WWF wrestler or something because he's got it,
Something, yeah, they're special. I will say that. I've never seen two people control, and I'm using the word control, a fishery like the way they do. It's just to fish against them and watch how they work. They're on another level that I can't even imagine trying to get to. But
you have no idea. Between Corey and Chris, Gussie and Seth, I mean, what I've learned is almost to the point where it oozes out of my brain. I can't keep it all. I can't keep it all in because and it just, I mean, not only are they good friends, but what they, they help me so much, and yell at me when I got to be yelled at and all that, and steal my tackle when it needs to be stolen, all that. But I mean, those guys are, hats off to them, naturals beyond naturals.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's the way they're just natural. Their old man was taking my dad's money too back in the day, so they have it
Oh,
in their
Lynn,
blood. Yeah.
I love Lynn. He's a good dude.
Funny story about Chris there. So I fished a pro-am with him. Shit, it must have been 2008, maybe 2007.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we had one of those days that were just unbelievable. Like
Okay.
every
Where was this at?
this was in Lindsay, Ontario, Sturgeon Lake. So my parents bought a place there. So I'm pretty good friends with the tournament organizers there. So we went in. We ended up winning the event, but we had big fish largemouth at an almost 6-pounder that was in some back bay that I had to get out of the boat and lift it off a shoal to get over into a bay. That was crazy. Another one we're in a reed flat, and there's a largemouth jumping out of the water chasing bluegills like 5 feet in front of the boat. Like, where do you ever see that?
Yeah.
And then we had one other 5-pounder. But we ended up culling out what would have been the big fish smallmouth. It was like a 2 and change. It wasn't that big. So we had big fish largemouth, big fish smallmouth, but got rid of it. It was like a 1.9 that won, which is ridiculous because I've seen 7-pounders weighed in on that lake.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And on the way back, we blew our gear case up, like 30 feet of water, just disappeared. So I jumped in the boat with Corey and went in. Chris trolling motored over and drove back to the got a car ride in. But yeah, no, it's one of the craziest days of fishing to talk about bad luck and good fortune and insane. So I won a boat that day. It was it was pretty well. I won part of a boat. My old man paid the rest of the money for a really nice boat, so I was very fortunate with that. We got another question here for you. The minimum size line do you think you can get away with finesse fishing on fork?
The minimum line? Oh God! I mean, what are we talking here? Are we talking we talking fluorocarbon or braid? I mean, because nowadays, I mean, I'll fight a 7-pounder on 15-pound X9 braid on a drop shot all day long. But as for leader material, I would say you're definitely changing the script. You're not going out there say you got to finesse them and you got a shaky head or a general on a Berkeley General. You're throwing it around Senko type bait. At home you're going to go with 8 to 10-pound leader. Here you better be 12, 14. I mean, because these fish, and the fact that not the fact that they're crazy and strong, but all the trees. There's so many trees you don't even know under the water and they know where they're at and they're going to take you in there and bust you off. So yeah, I would definitely just up my leader size if I'm going to finesse them, but I wouldn't finesse them there, period. Swim baits, cranks, jig, bust out the heavy stuff. Go at them with the war gear.
Yeah, you know what? Watching that, what was the big fish there? That 11 and change or 12 and that cob?
Yeah.
That just to watch that video and he looks. I don't want to say that fish made him look frail, but when he set that hook, you could just see how big the fish was in his wrists.
No, it ain't frail. I mean, you're gonna, what I'm saying? It's not frail at all. It makes you look like, holy cow! That's a beast. I mean, that's a 20-year-old fish. I mean, you hit that fish, he's going to just kick your ass. Especially sitting on a bed. I mean, she just pulled up, and she wasn't happy when she got boned. So
No, unbelievable there. So you wrote an article a little bit while ago referring to yourself as a bass gypsy. What you want to kind of explain to everybody why you feel that's going to be the ticket to a better year?
Well, that was going back to what we talked about right after deer season. I just felt like I had to put myself in the southern environment, keep everything rolling. You know what I mean? My body rolling. That winter pause just it's good for some guys. I mean, Gussie gets away with it. He ice fishes. Corey and Chris, they do. But I'm not those guys, and I want to be those guys. So I feel this year I mean, I'm literally, think about this. If you're to do the math, I literally caught a bass on December 9th of 2019, okay?
Okay.
I went bass fishing. Me and Weidler were on Lay Lake.
Yep.
That's where it started. So let's just put it this way. So since December 9th, and here we are, April 23rd, I have been on the water every other day since. So, like, I feel like I'm like the extra tall size can of WD-40. I am a greased and well-oiled machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
that's basically what I meant by the gypsy is you know what I mean? I you know what I mean? I was running experiments on bed bugs in motels. I was on people's couches. I was, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah.
I gypsied it. I mean, my bird's already got 100 and something hours on it. I mean,
Wow.
that don't happen right now. So
no, that's what I get out of a boat in a year.
yeah.
So I gotta ask, the most consistent lake or your best finishing, at least from a Bassmaster standpoint, has been Smith Lake.
I love that place. I will die there. I'll die there.
I had no
Yep.
idea about this, and that's where I ended up fishing this year when on the Saturday of the Classic there, me and my buddy kicked off.
You had fun.
You
was
had
a
good
fun.
day.
You were giggling when I saw you.
Oh, I don't get the flexor rod very often in March, so that was a nice treat. But no, I'm down there once a year on Smith. I got my buddy lives has a summer house right on the lake, so I get a lot of time out there. It's a very, very different fishery than what we're used to seeing up here. So if you can imagine, I'm used to like St. Lawrence and Erie and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Smith
Yeah.
completely different. But when you look at what I would think would be your best finishing tournaments there, that Mississippi River, you've had a couple of, and I don't mean to say bad finishes to make you feel bad, but they were pretty gross.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What did you grow up fishing the Mississippi River there? Is it something that you're used to, or is it just close to you but you never bothered fishing it growing up?
No, I mean I fished quite a bit. I've had quite a bit of success there. That's where I told you that's where me and my team partner won a boat.
Yeah.
What's nice about it is like my demographics is like I'm 3 hours away from the river. You know what I mean? 3 hours away from Sturgeon Bay. So it's like either you go northeast, you go catch smallies, or you go northwest and go to the river. I just love that. I love that system. I love it where you can do so many different things. You know what I mean? Like you just river rat fishing is my game. Like I like flipping, I like frogging, and I like okay, they're out on wing dams. I'm gonna go out and catch smallmouth on a spook.
Right.
I just love that place, and I fished it a ton prior to doing the opens and stuff. I did Bassmaster Weekend Series there for a few years. Did the BFLs, and then did a ton of we fished the Cabela's circuit, and they went there once a year. So I like it. I mean, it's just, you're catching it's a different breed of fish. They're mean river fish and dark, and they just like to kick your ass, just like them fork fish. They just don't grow as big.
Do you feel that knowing too much on a body of water could hinder you in a tournament?
100%. It has. Last year at the Open at Mississippi, it really hindered me. I decided to go for smallmouth midsummer, and that was the dumb move. So.
Looking at this
just because of history.
Right. Looking at this season, we've already talked about you having a good start. What were you looking forward to most coming into 2020?
Oh, I was looking forward to winning Eufaula, because I'm not going to lie to you. I'm still crying a little bit that tournament was canceled, because I went there during my gypsy phase here and literally said I was going to go there for 3 days. I stayed for 7.5 and fell in love. Really, really cool body of water. They were chewing the way I wanted them to chew, and I knew that it wasn't going to get anything but better come April. So that was the one that I was really looking forward to the most. I'm hoping that when they reschedule it, they get it as close to the deep into the fall as they can.
Yep.
And then I'll go back there and win it. Mark my words.
Have you had any communication, BSS, on what they're planning to do with this whole situation?
we're getting some communication. It's relatively light. You know what I mean? I mean, we're getting, you know, I mean, they're just as confused as all of us. You know what I mean? Different rules are being spit out every day. Just like Illinois, we're not allowed to fish with more than two in a boat right now in Illinois, and we are mandatory wearing a mask outside your house. So,
Wow.
so like, so Ill's just a different beast. So I'm probably going to fish in Wisconsin a lot more now, which
Yeah.
is because it's so close.
Right.
But Bass is just doing their best to get this season in. You know, we're getting some options, but nothing's concrete right now. So
That's uh, that's crazy.
we
And
know. I mean,
we
it's
luckily
nothing that's concrete.
we're having big debates up here. Actually, the whole special episode on it on Sunday. There, uh, we're not even sure if we're allowed to fish right now. It's
Are you for real?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
because they've shut down Crown Land. The government has
Okay.
not shut down boat ramps, but every municipality has. They're slowly starting to open up, and we have our trout opener this weekend. Bass doesn't open until the middle end of June, so we do have some time to kind of work it out. But just guys want to go out and put some pike or some perch in the freezer. They're getting a whole bunch of static just even talking about going fishing up here. It's insane.
It's insane. No, it is. I mean, I don't know. This is a crazy time, and I mean, it's going to be I mean, it's going to. We're all going to mental check each other and figure out. I mean, it's tough. It's. I don't know what to say. It's our passion. It's our love, and especially like you're saying, all these guys want to do is get the freezer flowing and get some food. You know, I mean, it's. I don't know, Matt. It's annoying. It really is annoying, and I mean, it's like Illinois making a change there, and then like thank God Wisconsin did some different things. Not for this, but last year they decided to change. They always had game fish closed until like Memorial Day,
Yep,
and now they're doing catch and release, so that's nice. At least I can go across, maybe go to the river or something soon, and just keep fishing.
that's pretty
So
cool there. So I got to ask,
yeah,
what's your favorite body of water?
my favorite
Your
is
favorite.
Smith.
Smith? Yeah, no,
Smith.
that's not hard to see.
Yeah,
What body of
I
water do you?
I've literally. What'd you say?
No, no, continue.
No, Smith is like I mean, I got some crazy love when I met Spotted Bass. I don't know. I got a little bit of a crazy personality, kind of a roller coaster ride once in a while, and I feel that species of bass fits me very well. So,
I would love to see what they would do in the northern climate. I think if
oh gosh,
they start completing with those giant smallmouth, how mean they would be.
I'll be straight with you. I've talked this over with several people. I think they would actually ruin a body of water. I
Yeah,
don't think that our fish can handle them. And you know what I mean? I think they take over. Be straight with you.
I don't disagree
You
with
know,
you. I don't disagree with you.
I mean, they're mean. I
Yep.
mean, you ever see they come up? You bring in a 3 pounder up. He's got freaking 8 friends with him. All look like they got knives with you, ready to kick your ass. So yeah,
Yeah, no,
but
they're a lot of fun.
vicious,
Yep.
vicious fish.
Have you
Yeah.
ever done any fishing out the California way for those giant spots?
No, no, but that's a mega bucket list right there. Mega bucket
Really
list.
is.
Yeah, no, I have not. I literally only been out west to snowboard. That's it.
Oh,
I never fished out
that's
there.
pretty cool.
So
Would
yeah.
you, from what it kind of sounded like before the divorce in the professional fishing world, there was a few events going out west. Is that something that you were in favor of?
I don't care. I drive so damn far to an event that ain't gonna bug me.
Going
Yeah.
well, I guess it would
Yeah.
from North Illinois there. That's probably the same distance as going to South Florida. No.
Oh yeah, I mean probably a little bit more, but I mean I
Yeah.
got some family in Cali. It was gonna be set up nice. So I got a friend of mine that I grew up, hanging with, partying with. He moved out there and he's real successful. And he was right by me and Fighter were actually gonna stay at his place when we went out if they were gonna go out to the Delta.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
yeah, no, I'm down. I got my I got cousins that are out there, so I'm down to get west. I'm down.
Yeah.
So
No. I always enjoy watching that. Like the year they did the Delta, then Havasu. Um,
yeah, yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
That's
no,
cool.
that's kind of some of the areas I want to go and try. And when that whole what was his name, Mike Long, that big bass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Watching those videos and stuff and seeing those fish, like I want to go try that San Diego fishing. Those fish are
Gotcha,
absolutely.
but you got to catch them in the mouth legally.
Oh yeah, totally, totally. Go try that swim bait
Yeah,
deal.
he was a he was a hell of a treble hook fisherman. He was really good.
You know what?
So
He learned from a lot of the salmon fishermen up here on the rivers that we have. So
yeah, he's learning really good right now, sitting with his Barbie fishing pole in prison somewhere doing something. I have no idea what
I
he's
don't
doing,
know.
but he definitely can't show face in the world of fishing anymore.
No,
that's for sure.
that was an absolute crazy story there, but
That's pathetic, is what it is. To use that fish, to use what God gave us, and use it. That's sick.
yeah,
He just deserves to be punished.
and he's disappeared. So
Karma's a bitch. Someone will find it.
Yeah.
He'll find it.
no,
Karma will get him.
you're probably not wrong there. Sooner than later too.
No, 100%. You have no idea, idiot.
Yeah.
So
All right, Chris, we have something that we like to play here at the end of the interview. It's called Rapid Fire. I give you two things, and you give me which one you prefer. So an example would be jig or Texas rig.
okay.
All
Cool,
right,
cool.
so we're gonna go through. It's not restricted to fishing. There's a couple ones in there that'll make you crack up maybe a bit, but we'll have a little bit of fun here. All right.
I'm down.
All right, jig or Texas
All right.
rig.
Jig,
Popsicle or freezy.
popsicle,
Jerkbait or swim bait.
jerkbait,
Country or rock.
rock.
Beer or Everclear.
Well, there's a big difference. Your guys' beer is like Everclear, so I'm going with beer.
You're going with beer. 21 foot or 20-foot boat.
20 all day.
Oh yeah. Tube or drop shot.
Tubi.
Smith or Mississippi River.
Oh, what do you got to do that for? That's bad. Both. I love them both.
You like both. Big circle on that one. Boxers or briefs.
Boxers.
Bait cast or spinning.
Hey, caster all day.
Pizza or burger.
Pizza.
Spot lock or talons.
Spot lock.
Cowboys or Chargers.
What? You guys are bad. This is bad. Chicago Bears.
The Bears. Pre-spawn.
But no, if I was to take both.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. If I have to answer it, if we go back, though, real quick, got to give Phillip Rivers his due. So Chargers, sorry.
All right.
Go.
Pre-spawn or post-spawn.
Pre.
And the Bastarbators wanted me to ask Chris or Corey.
What?
Chris or Corey.
What they want to ask?
They wanted to ask
Chris or Corey?
Chris or Corey, which one?
Oh God, Chris is so sensitive; he'll get mad. It's got to be Uncle. It's got to be Uncle Corey because we're closer in age.
Fair.
And it just, I don't know, something's wrong with that kid. He's like a brother from another mother. So
They're definitely unique in their own way. I'll say that.
yeah, I love them both. Don't get me wrong, but something about me and Corey, we got issues, man. Something's wrong, dude.
They're both deadly on the water.
Our
there.
conversations are ridiculous.
I would absolutely believe that. They're both incredibly deadly on the water. They win everybody's money up here, and it sounds like you've won a lot of money back in your day, Chris. I really appreciate you taking your time out of the day here in your COVID state. So you've been saying you've been getting out fishing a little bit. How's that been? You've been crushing them?
Oh, you have no idea. Like, it's kind of cool. Like, I'm not trying to pump things or products. I mean, we all know my title sponsor's Berkeley, but
Yep.
you're hearing about all this stuff starting last year at the Classic, not this year with about the Fritz side, the Berkeley Fritz side, this Fritz side, that.
Yeah.
I mean, they're sold out all over. So, whatever. I got a box full of them and got got out on the chain early, of course, because I snuck home, and water's real cold, 40, low 40s. I swear to God, for 2 weeks, I threw that thing around the chain,
Yeah.
the Fritz size 5,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you got to thank David for inventing that. They were straight chewing that thing at home. It's just insane. Like any rock pile I come up to, I can catch them on the 5. And my hot color was Lone Ranger. I wish I had a picture of the thing. The thing is chewed to snot.
You know
Chewed
what?
to snot.
I'll
Yeah.
I know that photo there. I can when I edit this up and put it on YouTube, I'll throw the photo in so they can they can
Cool,
see it
cool.
there. But thanks
Yeah.
for bringing that up there. Everyone that's listening, next week on the show we have David Fritz. So the guy
Oh, that worked out good.
the guy I've been watching fall out of the boat for 27 years. One of my most fondest memories from Tracy Bird and TNN, watching David Fritz win that trophy on reruns because I was too damn young to remember it. But watching that is kind of one thing I remember. I've talked to him a few times at previous tournaments. He's the nicest dude going. I'm really looking forward to it. I feel it'll be a little different vibe than what we were going with here, Chris, but it'll definitely be a good show. So thank you for segueing that so nicely.
You just said it. That dude's the nicest dude, and not only that bait's amazing, and the time it took to make that bait. I haven't delved into the 9 yet, but the 7 and the 5, I'm really really big on.
Yep.
But as for Fritz himself being a great guy, and you want to know some of the cool things, I don't know if you heard about him. This dude is an amazing cook, like baker and stuff.
Really?
He makes. Oh, you have no clue. You have no clue. He makes an oatmeal cream pie. Like he makes individual ones. Like at the Classic, he had boxes full of them for us. Matt, I would be 260 pounds if I lived over at his house. I'd eat that, dude. His oatmeal cream pies and his banana cream pie are dude. These are unbelievable. Like this dude's unreal when it comes. So make sure you talk to him about his baking skills. They are beyond.
So this is hilarious. So, okay, yeah, we put you up to talking about the Fritz side, to transition that nicely, but we did not put you up to talking about baking. So the Matt Pizzetta Presents platform was originally supposed to be a cooking device. So
okay.
I had been contracted out by Cabela's to put cooking videos together, and they said the Matt Pizzetta Presents brand is going to be focused on cooking and food processing. And I said, I'm going to do fishing podcasts. So that's absolutely hilarious that his oatmeal cream pies and banana cream pies are deadly.
I mean, deadly. The oatmeal cream pies are not right. I mean, I'm being straight. Like I could see the look on my face. They are completely God sent heaven. Amazing. Yeah.
That's awesome. I'll definitely ask him about that. But Chris, I really appreciate you taking an hour out of your day today to come chat with me and everybody online here. We wish you the best of luck for 2020, and hopefully we can get the season rolling. And it looks like I'm going to have a little bit more time on my hands in the summer than what I was planning on when I talked to you last. So
okay,
you'll probably see me out at Waddington, and maybe in your travel time we can get out for a day somewhere.
I'm down with that. I'm totally down with that. And you already know I already offered it to you. If we ever can get you, I'd love to get you out on the rat hole. You'd love the chain. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Go out and jack a few.
Yeah, you know what? I'll definitely make a point getting out there, and so I can properly hashtag chain rat.
And you guess what? You got a free place to stay.
I
all right?
Appreciate it. Awesome.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. You have a good evening. We'll talk to you real soon.
Yes, sir. Be good and be safe.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that was cool. Every conversation I have with Chris is a really good one. He's an awesome dude, and I think you guys can see that there. So I appreciate everyone's time here that they've taken. Last few weeks, I've said thank you to those people who have to go to work, the paramedics, the nurses, the doctors, those police officers, those who have to be thrown in. Oh, excuse me. Those that have to be thrown in the mud right now. I'd like to take a secondary moment there to just ask everybody watching this podcast. We've had a lot of people, a lot of in and outs today. But if we can do something nice and small, I now have been personally affected by this COVID and the hit on the economy that it's taking there. So what I can ask everybody here is if you can please support a local business there. I went out of my way today and I drove to Bradford and I had La Mexic Canada. It's probably the best Mexican food within an hour drive I can get. Delicious, a family-run business, and we're having a little bit of Beatty's homemade vodka from Beaton today. So there's another local business. So if we can get out there and just support our local businesses so they can get through this hard time as well. These are dreams that people have had running their own restaurant, running their own distillery, that they've brought their families into. They've poured their life savings into. Every ounce of sweat that they have gone into their business, and to lose it over this stupid disease that is slowly taking its toll on us. Just get out there once a week if you can. Just buy a meal from a local restaurant, mom and pa shop. And I think that they would very much appreciate it. I had the nicest note written on the top of my takeout container today, and I know they really appreciate it. So if that's one thing that you guys can do, that would be amazing, but help everybody. And that local food is damn good. Get out there and do that. We're pushing the hour mark, so I'd like to thank everybody for their time today. Next week we have David Fritz, who is someone that I have very much looked up to, and we have a few questions for him now that I know that we can talk cooking with him. I know it's going to be a great episode, so we're looking forward to that next week. Again, you can inbox me, whether it be Instagram or Facebook. Text me if you have ideas for guests, or if you have topics want to be covered, questions want to be covered. Just let me know, and I'll be sure to bring you whatever we can. I appreciate your time here. Have a good night, everybody.